My name is Andy Hornby, photographer and vlogger. 17 years ago I started teaching myself photography. Today I travel the UK as a professional wedding photographer, landscape photographer and filmmaker. Learn from my experiences, my mistakes and my tips and advice. Hi and welcome to another video. Today I'm looking at a review of Aurora HDR 2019, which is a bit of software I picked up along with Luminar 4 as an extra. You pay an extra bit of money and you can have that as a standalone HDR product, which will take HDR images and put them together and hopefully give you something that you like. And today I'm pitching that against Lightroom because I use Lightroom pretty much exclusively. And although I've got Luminar 4 and I love Luminar 4 for landscape retouches because it's pretty amazing, and I'm going to do a few videos on that. The HDR product I don't think is quite there yet, and it's okay. I love it. I've done an edit of Victoria Pier in both Aurora and Lightroom, and I'm going to give you my honest opinion today. I'm just going to get straight on into it and have a look at the image that I'm going to be doing today. And yeah, let's just get straight into Aurora, and I'll do some I'll do some overlay voiceover to go with a video and give you a kind of idea of what I think of this product. So let's do that. Okay, so here are the three files that I'm going to be using today. These are Victoria Pier, and as they load in, I want to let you know that I don't dislike this bit of software at all. It is pretty ingenious, and as a standalone HDR product, which is obviously a lot cheaper than having Lightroom, it's actually really good. I don't mind it at all. The first thing I'm going to do is crop my images, because I like to crop to a 16:9. And one thing you'll notice once we render this out is you get some presets at the bottom. I'm going to go through a couple of them. They're not bad, actually. The presets are pretty good. I try not to use them if I can, but as maybe a base point to start from, you may want to use one of these presets as a start, depending on the kind of look you're going for, like a cool look or high contrast, as you see. HDR images, you can go too far with HDR images, but I'm going to try and edit from, you know, a base collection you see at the bottom. So they're not bad. I'm going to go through the general kind of edits. So the initial stuff is going to be just like Lightroom is your global edits. The one thing I do notice is my spots on my lens, on my sensor dust is quite prevalent. And if you look at the grain, it's very grainy straight out of the box. It's not something you'll probably see in Lightroom. We'll see that a bit later on. Which is one of the reasons why I'm not too keen on this product over Lightroom, is there's no spot removal. You'd have to use another bit of software to get rid of the sensor dust, and as a photographer who's always, or was until the lockdown, always outside, sensor dust is a big issue for me. I'm constantly changing lenses outside. As you see, I'm doing my regular basic edits that I would do in Lightroom, so I'm going to try and make these images look as similar potentially as I possibly can. Probably won't end up that way, but I'm certainly going to give it a go. And yeah, I'm not too keen on the graduated filters in Aurora. They don't kind of do what I want them to do. Maybe I need a bit more practice. I'm having to mess around with the radial filters. I can't make that elliptical, and I don't know how to change it so it's the inside that's affected, not the outside. So I don't know. Anyway, carrying on. I'm going to do the best I can to make these images look the same in both this product, the Aurora HDR, and in a second we're going to take the same image into Lightroom and have a look at how good Lightroom is compared to this standalone HDR product. And that's not bad. That's not bad at all. I don't mind it. The shadows are very nicely edited, and you can see the detail in the shadow areas is pretty good. So I'm pretty happy with that as a picture that I would potentially use from this product. Taken into Lightroom, and again the same three images. I'm going to take into Photo Merge HDR. Use some of the auto settings, turn that off so I can start from scratch. And just waiting for that to render through. Let's find that. And there it is. Okay, so this is a base image. There's straighten up there, which I didn't see in Aurora. I didn't see a straighten tool, which is good. The noise you'll see in this image is a lot less. There are some spots which I can easily take care of in Lightroom because we have the spot removal, and I'll do that in a second. And let's get all that out of the way now. I'm going to do loads of them. I'll just do one or two just to give you an example, which again we couldn't do in Aurora. It's the one thing I don't like about it. You don't have spot removal, which I think is something they really need to look at and put in as soon as possible, because it is one thing that photographers who are out there all the time really need. So I'm going through my normal basic adjustments. Here's my basic S curve. I'm going to do a little bit of split toning. Give it a nice sort of orangey tealy look. Some very basic editing here before I get into my local adjustments in a second. So start adding some graduated filters, which I know I can control a lot easier in Lightroom. I probably need a little bit more practice in Aurora. It's not something I've done much, so I couldn't really get the grasp with the filters in Aurora, and it's something I'll probably need to work at. I'm not saying it's going to be bad, but the good thing about this is I can do some masking out of the foreground, so I can just affect the sky in Lightroom. Didn't see that in Aurora. I know that Luminar 4 has a luminosity mask, so probably something I need to look at. But these are some very quick edits just to show you the difference. Yeah, I'm going to work on a little bit of the sky, bring out a bit of the colour. And that lovely sunset, actually, it was a really nice sunset I had that night. Yeah. Give a little bit of colour into the sea. Just add a little bit of dimension, a little bit of different colours and stuff. Draw the eye in. We'll have another radial filter in the middle. Going to line it a little bit, give it a bit of colour. Just going to draw the eye into the sunset. I'll show you the before and after. Going to do this as well. Going to add a little bit of light. Just another element. You know, you don't have to do this. It's something I like to do now and again. Just add a little bit of something else. Not something I saw that you could do in Aurora. Again, it's something I'll probably need to look at. But give that just a little bit of light there. Draws the eye in. And yeah, I like that. So there's the before and after. And this is the image I ended up with from Aurora HDR, and this is my image from Lightroom. Again, I prefer Lightroom because it's what I'm used to. Aurora as a standalone bit of kit is actually really good. It's got a lot of cool features, and if you can't afford Lightroom or Photoshop, it's going to give you a really good understanding of HDR and give you a lot of control over editing HDR images. And it's actually really good. But for me, I think Lightroom has the edge. We have spot removal. I find that from both of those edits, when I edited that image in Aurora, when I put the pictures together as a HDR, there's a lot of grain, a lot of noise, and it does have a good noise reduction bit of software inside Aurora. But I think Lightroom has more control over that as well. But when you first make the HDR image in Lightroom, there's not as much noise initially. So you don't have to do a whole lot more. For some reason, the algorithm in Lightroom seems to handle the pictures a bit better and understand where the light and dark areas come from. Just comparing the two bits of software, Lightroom, in my own personal opinion, has that edge. And for those of you who have Lightroom, you wouldn't necessarily need Aurora. If you buy Luminar 4, you get Aurora at a discounted price. I believe it was a while ago I bought it. But in my personal opinion, Lightroom is still the bit of kit for me in terms of HDR rendering, if you like. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please whack a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you get updates every time I upload a new video. I'm going to be doing a lot more editing stuff because I'm indoors, staying safe, isolating at the moment. So please keep an eye on my channel. I have a lot of live stuff coming out, so I'm doing live edits at a weekend at the moment. So look out for my live streams, and hopefully you'll be able to join me on one of those and ask me a few questions, or maybe even send me some pictures, because I do have a link where you can send me pictures that I can edit live on my YouTube. Okay guys, take it easy, have a good day, weekend, and hopefully I'll see you all soon. Take care, bye. You're still here, nice. It's good that you're still here because I want to tell you a little something. Those people who are avid followers of me, I want to give a little something back, and to do that it means working alongside you online, because a lot of you can't make it to my workshop. So I've just set up a Patreon account. It is patreon.com/Andy Hornby Photos. So Patreon is a platform where we can create stuff together, even if you're halfway across the globe, and I can learn and teach alongside you, literally alongside you. There's so many things I can do to help you get your photography just to that next level. It is awesome. If you can make it to one of my workshops, I've got a website. Go to ahphotographyworkshops.uk and have a look, see what I've got going on. But if you can't make it to one of my workshops, Patreon is a really good platform where we can create stuff together and we can take your photography to another level. So if you like what I'm doing and you want me to learn alongside yourself, see you there. Take it easy, have a good day. Bye.